Hey guys, welcome back to Prep With Me. Last week we went over kitchen essentials, so everything that you definitely need to have in your kitchen to have an easy meal prep. This week we're going to focus on pantry essentials, so things that you want to definitely have in your kitchen and your pantry that is going to make cooking a lot easier. And having these items already in your kitchen, you're going to save so much money when you go to the grocery store because you won't have to buy things all the time. If you know you have them in your kitchen, then you won't buy too much of it and things like that. I wanted to make this video geared more towards plant-based vegan cooking just because a lot of, obviously, my kitchen is vegan. It's all plant-based. And I just wanted to give you guys a few tips. In the past, I used to buy a lot of canned chickpeas, a lot of canned beans, legumes, things like that. And I did realize that it was expensive and it wasn't necessarily the healthiest. When you buy anything in a can, it normally contains BPA in order for the can to not leak into the food, if that makes sense. So I find that it's a lot more cost effective to buy in bulk and to kind of just cut out the canned foods. I know it's difficult. It's a lot more convenient to buy things in cans, but it just costs more money and it's not as healthy. So I'm gonna show you guys kind of how I store my beans. I do buy everything in bulk, and as we go on with the series, I will show you guys how I cook my stuff. And then someone wants to say hi. Oh, come here, you big baby. He's a big baby. Are you just the biggest little baby? You're so big, Bob. How'd you get so big? Look. Do you see yourself in the camera? He's just super cute. So with that said, let's go check out the pantry. So some of the things that you definitely want to have, and this is not necessarily to meal prep, but I know everyone's worried about where vegans get their protein from, and like some of my favorite proteins, I'm using this Sun Food. It's a rice protein. I have the Vega Sport. I really like this protein actually. It's got a lot of glutamine, so I like that. We have like the hemp chocolate protein. I personally don't like this one too much. It tastes too veggie. And you want to have a protein powder at all times in your pantry, just because if you are rushing, you don't know what to eat, or you want something sweet, protein shakes are probably like the easiest meal replacements to go to. Some of the things that I do like a lot, they're irrelevant right now, but teas, like I have all of these teas. I love them. Not necessary for meal prepping, but they're really just awesome. So anyway, let's get to the meal prep. So some things that you definitely always want to have in your kitchen if you want to meal prep, I would say would be definitely, I have a bunch of nuts over here. They're not necessary. They can get a little costly, so I would definitely buy them in bulk. Like I said, I love buying everything in bulk, and I store everything in little mason jars. It's more appealing to the eyes, just aesthetic, and it lets me see what I need to buy. So definitely the one thing you always want is going to be cashews. Cashews are so versatile. They're probably like one of my favorite nuts. I love to make cheese out of cashews, some sweet sauces. It's just really great. Almond butter, I love almond butter, and I normally just buy like this from Whole Foods. I find that it's cheaper and I can buy a lot less of it. So I love the almond butter, and this goes good for snacks like celery and almond butter, apples and almond butter, etc., etc. Or you can throw it in your protein shakes, which is really awesome. Definitely things that you want to keep in your pantry as a vegan is going to be all sorts of grains, legumes, and beans. So I have split peas over here. I have wheat berries that I haven't used yet. We have the black bean pasta. This pasta has a ton of protein. Kidney beans. One of my favorites is amaranth. I love it. It's really good. It's kind of like a rice. And this, I buy this giant rice bag at an Indian store nearby. It's called Patel Brothers. This giant rice bag is like 13 bucks. It's got like 100 freaking servings. So I'm buying rice maybe once every 3 months, which is really convenient. I don't spend a lot of money on like rice and things like that. And for the rest of the things that are definite must-have, I will take you to my counter because I actually keep things in my counter that I use almost every time I meal prep, and those are probably my staple meals that I would say starting as a vegan, or if you want to also save money, you know, all of these things are definitely extra, like maca powder, Keiko nibs, chia seeds, coconut, pumpkin seeds, hemp seeds. All of these are extra and they're not necessary. Like you'll survive if you don't eat them, but I personally love them. They have so many good health benefits. A tip is to just buy one nut or one seed at a time, and then just like they last long. I mean, you guys shouldn't be eating like a cup of walnuts a day. They have that's too many calories. But you know, if you just buy one a week, you kind of just build up your nut collection. So that's what I like to do. So let's go over to the counter and let's go through the like staple things you want to have in your kitchen. Alright guys, so we're gonna go over probably the like 5 top things that I keep in my kitchen at all times. And number 1 would probably be some herbs. I love fresh herbs. This is some basil. Google how to store things, like for example basil. All you have to do is just put it, like cover it with some water, and it's easy. So I love, again, like I said, I love to buy things in bulk. So I love chickpeas, quinoa, red beans, and I need to fill these up too. I love pasta. Pasta is such a quick and easy meal to make. And it's always delicious. Who doesn't love pasta? And rice. Okay, so those are probably like my staple ones. I buy everything in bulk. I store it in these giant containers and it lasts me for ages. And now if we open up some of the, I'll move the camera over, some of the herbs and spices that I definitely like to keep on hand that I feel like are super important. So I'm going so fast. My camera's like dying. Pink Himalayan salt. I love pink salt. Sugar, this is date sugar. Nutritional yeast, which is the vitamin B12 for vegans. I don't normally cook with oil, but I do like to keep coconut or olive oil on hand. Right now I have coconut oil. And just any seasonings that you like. Like I love pepper and I love pumpkin spice, along with like cinnamon and things like that. Again, once you start cooking with herbs, like natural fresh herbs, you really don't need the extra stuff. I love cooking with like balsamic vinegar. I have a barbecue sauce. This is like a, I'm not sure what this is. It's like a, I don't know how to say this, but it's like you season it and it literally will make your tofu or your tempeh taste like steak. Cholula hot sauce, like I love hot sauce. Need some agave and some rice vinegar. And real quick, I will take you guys to the freezer, which I think it's like super important to show you guys what you should probably always have in hand. And just to make life easier as a vegan, if you want an acai bowl or anything like that, you want to make sure you have a ton of frozen banana. You always want to have some frozen bananas on hand. I have 2 giant containers of frozen bananas. at all times. We love acai bowls and fruit bowls and like banana ice cream. A bag of frozen berries. Berries can get really expensive. Frozen berries are such a good alternative. And acai. I love acai bowls. We have acai bowls here all the time, and they make for really great snacks. So that's pretty much it. I mean, you don't need to have like all these crazy things when you meal prep. Just have the basic staple meals. So make sure for your ingredients you have some rice and quinoa. For beans you have some like chickpeas, lentils, red beans. Make sure you have like the basic spices on hand, like salt and pepper, chili powder. Make sure you have a sweetener type of thing. Make sure you have some herbs and spices, and make sure you have like things that you like the frozen bananas with the protein. You can make some protein banana ice cream and things like that. So meal prepping doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't need to be expensive, and really there isn't like a cookie cutter like plan, like here you go, buy this. You also have to find what you like specifically. Like for example, I don't like seafood or anything that tastes like that. So like I used to buy a lot of seaweed and things like that, and I ended up just like making sushi burgers sometime and throwing them out because I personally don't like the taste of that. So, you know, don't think too hard when you are going to meal prep, especially like a vegan meal prep. Keep it simple, and you know what foods you like and you know what foods you don't like. So next week we're gonna go over how to cook the greens. So we're gonna go over how to cook rice, quinoa, all of the beans, and all of those things. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week for the next episode of Prepping with Me. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.